Hello folks, and welcome back to part 2 of the Brevity Highlights History Brief of our 15-dimensional time matrix. That's otherwise published by YHWH from arheus.com, soon to be brightflowerstudios.com, taken out of KDDL2 Core Series Manual Handbook. Okay, so in this period of time, we're going to cover 570 million years ago to 800,000 years ago, which covers the Amenti Mission, Earth Seedings, and NOMI Periods. So we have 570 million years ago, the Gaian Polaris, Orion Wars DN-3, Polaris Orion. This is where the Wesedak and Wesedrak black hole matrices, falling from the WEsaLA matrix, engage fallen Metatrons YHWH, Yahweh, Arimathea-Lyra wormhole matrix, connecting the Arimathzeus and Arimathea wormholes in the Procyak Milky Way phantom galaxy to the large WEsaLA black hole system, expanding the black cube matrix Death Star merkabah artificial creation system within the Procyak-Abaddon Core of the Procyak Milky Way phantom galaxy black hole. Okay, so you can see like any of these fallen races and regressive race strains have various locations within this fallen infrastructure that all connect into like the main arteries and highways of this structure, which obviously the main one is our black hole at the center of our Milky Way, Procyak-Abaddon. Then there's obviously other spin-offs with the Arimathzeus that kind of takes you down into the Wesedrak side of the black hole matrix. And the Arimathea wormhole, I believe, takes you down the kind of Wesedak, okay, which is mainly the fallen green dragon, Jehovah, Ana Elohim, Anunnaki expressions, genetics of the Fatali too, the green dragon Fatali. And then the Wesedraks, I believe, is the kind of fallen seraphim, Omicron, Draconian dragon moth, red and maybe white dragon guys, okay, but they all kind of are all blended in with one another. The point is that it is a bit of a mess, but there are certain areas, like you'll find with like road maps, you'll see that there's junctions that kind of take you off to certain areas that will otherwise bring you to where the predominant species of a particular fallen race strain actually exist and are kind of governing, all right, compared to the rest of them. So we have 450 million years ago, the Tran, Alceyone-Pleiades, Sirian Wars DN-2, Tara, Alceyone-Pleiades, Sirius A, Density 2 Tara, Alceyone-Pleiades falls in fragments into Density 1. Covenant of Pailador and Amenti Rescue Mission engage, forming our Sol Sun and original 12 seed fragment planets of our Sol solar system in Density 1 of the Procyak Milky Way phantom galaxy black hole system. 250 million years ago, Galactic Wars Density 1, the orbital plane of our Density 1 Sol solar system begins tilt as it becomes magnetically entrained to the black cube matrix. Death Star merkabah artificial creation system within the Procyak-Abaddon Core of the Procyak Milky Way phantom galaxy black hole begins sextant clock mutation and toral rift space-time distortion field in our solar system. Okay, and this, I'm not too sure where Meldek was blown up, which was obviously now the asteroid belt. We've got Jupiter, it's plugged into the 666 wormhole network, as well as Saturn. You can see on the North Pole, right, there's a huge hexagon storm that is also connected into the time rip wormhole infrastructure. And like I said, kind of different planets, different parts of this infrastructure will take you in different areas, but they all lead one way, which is down into the phantom matrices, subtime reality zones that are kind of these bottomless pit, Hades, talked about in mythology, and otherwise, hell mentioned in Bible. Okay, where all these regressive inverted realities and races reside. So we have 250 to 25 million years ago, first etheric Terranusium 2 angelic human 5 cloister races seeded and evolve on Density 1 Earth, a parallel Earth, less dense. And this is where the human angelic, obviously prototype, was first seeded. And I think it was actually directed by God Source, First Eternal, as part of the Eternal Christos Founders races to help bring a beginning of the end, or the beginning of the end of this whole conflict that's been going on, to try and heal all of the fallen infrastructure as best we can, as well as providing a template for fallen souls who wish to redeem themselves and come back up and out of all this crazy fallen madness, to ascend out through the human form that house the security codes and clearance to access all the gates within this universal Stargate infrastructure. Okay, so they were positioned on planets that were part of this universal Stargate infrastructure, as well as the regions within those planets that house those particular stargates in order to allow for the opening and closing and running of frequency through these gates, and to actually be able to ascend up through the human form which I believe it was kind of like a universal mask to wear to try and, again, help heal and rectify these conflicts that were happening between these different race trains that obviously had different genetic expressions as well, that the human cosmic doctor race was kind of curated in order to try and assist in healing, okay, which kind of, I guess there were some victories, but I think looking at the history, that bleeding heart we got kind of taken advantage of, and yeah, now everything wears a human mask and they're not all good. A lot of them are certainly evil, right, in order to gain access to, again, the key to which controls the Stargates, which is in the human angelic D12 stranded template. All right, so we have the 25 million years ago, Halls of Amenti Stargate system created on density 1 Earth, as well as the physical Terranusium 2 angelic human Earth seeding 1 Earth and parallel Earth, starts the 12 tribe races, 5 cloister, and 7 root races. Okay, so yeah, the human angelic race, guys, was created as an immortal or eternal being race up in density 2, harmonic universe 2. The reason why we die is due to all this mutation and technologies that are kind of draining our energy and have mutated our template into quite literally the Yod Hey Vav Hey, which is the base 4 nucleotide pairings of our DNA, where we used to have base 12, okay, that connected to the 12 universal stargates up to harmonic universe 4. So 5.5 million years ago, we had the electric wars, Seeding 1 destroyed, and Wall in Time, Toral Rift and sex and clock distortions expands on Earth, galactic and local solar system, Terranusium 2 angelic human Earth, Seeding 1 destroyed. 5.5 million years ago, Metatronic Death Star merkabah Wesedak fourfold initiates from Procyak-Abaddon Core of the Procyak Milky Way Phantom Galaxy black hole. Fermi bubble gamma radiation harness fields first emerge from black hole core and begin to grow. 4.5 million years ago, had the local galactic wars. 3.7 million years ago, we had physical Terranusium 2 angelic human Earth Seeding 2, 12 tribes races, 5 cloister and 7 root races. 3.8 to 2 million years ago, we had the contemporary science NASA theorizes that our galactic Fermi bubble gamma radiation fields first formed. Guardian Alliance perspective, Fermi bubble Wesedak fourfold gamma radiation harness fields first emerged from our galactic black hole core and began to grow 5.5 million years ago during the electric wars period. 848,800 years ago, 1,000 years war, okay, on Earth, which involved the Terranusium 2 angelic human Earth Seeding 2 being destroyed. And then 800,000 years ago, the physical Terranusium 2 angelic human Earth Seeding 3, our current lineage of Aphia, Araya, Nomi, compound cloister, ephemeral angelic human stealth, K+8, failsafe, Alhambra, lineage from the Panaca-Lyra, D-planes, future Earth Seeding 1, angelic human Earth Seeding 3, 12 tribes races, 5 cloister and 7 root races, and stealth, K+8, Nomi, ephemeral angelic human, 8 compound cloister, Crystal River failsafe tribes were seeded, basically. So the 8 Nomi, K+8 failsafe tribes carry the angelic human DNA coding of all the 5 cloister and 7 root races, plus the full 3 spectra, Aphia, Alhambra, ELF, LUV, transfiguration factor. So we have the next snippet of these Brevity highlights will take us from 669,000 BC up to almost the present day, okay, which will go into more depth. That's going to cover the period of the most recent history from 50,000 BC. Okay, that is very, very interesting. But this otherwise covers the hybrid radio races, bioregenesis, and Atlantean conspiracy period. That will do in part 3. All right, see you then. Peace and love.